Good morning, and it's a stormy one outside. Hopefully the power will last. Good morning, Miss V, Veronica Drake at veronicadrake.com. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you. How are you?
Listen to the thunderstorm. So we might have a dog here whining pretty soon.
Listen, we got the energy. The energy's going crazy.
Yeah, right? Good. Hello, Erik, if you're around.
Hi, Mama. I love you. I can't wait. I don't know what he means, but he can't wait.
All right. Well, this is more about you, Veronica. I want to hear more about, well, everybody would like to hear more about trapped emotions and the emotion code, etc. So I guess I will just give you free reign. Whoa. And then I'll ask questions as they come into my brain.
Well, we're going to breathe first. Okay. So if I may, I have a story to tell. And what I love about what I'm doing, it dovetails with the work you're doing with Atlanta Scalar. Like it's energy, right? It's like, it's the new medicine. I totally believe that. So I'll tell the story as succinctly as I can. On Monday, I had an MRI. I've been having some hip issues, blah, blah, blah. They found out what it is through the MRI, but here's the really cool part of the story. So I'm in the MRI. I can't, first, let me back up. First, I go into the room and I said to the tech, came out of my mouth, have you ever had a problem with this equipment? Like, I don't know why I asked that, right? Because it's like $1 billion equipment. She goes, no, not really. Okay. I get in the MRI. And for those of you that never had it, it's like right here in your face, which I don't mind.
Yeah.
But I can't put my leg down because my hip is killing me. So I have to keep my hips. I'm in excruciating pain. So what do? Right? I'm calling in my spirit team. Guys, you got to get in here. I can't take it. Angels, everybody, come on. They come in. I can feel one's touching the bottom of my foot. I cannot believe what happened next. I'm in the tube and I hear the tech outside the tube. And I said, is everything all right? And she goes, I don't know. It's the weirdest thing. She goes, all of a sudden, my monitor went like all over the place, like there was interference. So she came out.
Wow. Oh my God. I'm sorry, it's my spirit team, it's angels and stuff. So, you know.
So I'm in there going, like, I know what it is, right? So I have chills all over. If we ever ask for proof, we'll get it.
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
Absolutely. There it is. That is such a cool story.
So I thought, you know what? I'm down with this. I can do this. And so fast forward, people are going to want to know, I did my MRI. Turns out I have a tear in my labrum.
Right. Oh.
I got a couple of tears in there, whatever. I'll be fine because I know that this is just a moment in time and it'll be fine. So yeah, so that was my energy story.
That is so cool. All right.
Now,
go ahead.
No, you go.
Emotion code, go.
So about a year ago, I started to come undone, which I do routinely, right? And I needed something, but I didn't know what it is. Have you ever just felt like something's missing and you don't know what it is? Like you're just off.
Sure.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And so I just started searching, and outwardly, you and I appear to have everything to certain people, right? I mean, they look at us and they think, oh, but we're human.
Of course.
We're human. And so I thought, I'm going to ask for guidance on what I need. I'm not a big medicine person. And so as fate would have it, the emotion code came across my computer screen. Now, I had never heard of the emotion code. And I looked at it and I thought, I'm going to be honest, completely transparent, honest. The first thing I thought was, yeah, right. It's just me. I'm a skeptic by nature. So I thought, all right, I'm going to walk away from it. I kept seeing the emotion code everywhere.
Interesting. You were being nudged.
Clients that were coming out of the blue saying to me, have you ever heard of the emotion? I'm like, wait a minute,
That's so cool.
So I gave in And I researched the emotion code.
Yeah.
And what it is, it's a way of working with the body energetically and releasing trapped emotions.
Yeah.
Dr. Bradley Nelson, who's a chiropractor, retired chiropractor, is the founder of the emotion code. And long story short, the way it works is I become the proxy for the client. So if I were going to do the emotion code on you, I would ask you permission, because you always have to ask permission.
Oh, yeah.
And then I would use muscle testing. And the simplest form of muscle testing is ring and ring. This is yes, this is no.
Right.
Right? You probably do some of that in your work or have done some of it.
Yeah, right. So mine is body forward, body backwards.
Of course. Yep. It
Yeah.
also is like the pendulum a little
And
bit.
the pendulum,
right?
yeah, I've used that. Yep. Dowsing rods, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And so when I started doing this work, it was obviously we have to be the first subject, right? Because I feel like I need to do it on me before I go anywhere else. And I did it, and I'm not going to lie, again, I'm skeptical. And the way that it works is you identify what's going on in your body. It can be a physical symptom. It can be an emotional symptom. And here's the beauty of the emotion code. You don't have to sit for hours and rehash every little detail.
Oh, yeah.
Like right to the chase.
Yeah.
And so the way it works is I become the proxy. I muscle test to make sure I have a connection first. And we have, all of us, a main meridian. It goes from here and goes all the way up and down and around our back. It is the strongest governing meridian in the body.
Oh, what is it called? Anything?
It's, I don't know. I just always call it the main meridian.
Okay,
I don't really know. And so when you release with the emotion code, we have a chart, and of course I don't have it with me, but we have a chart, and it's broken into columns and rows.
Yeah.
And so we ask, does Elisa have a trapped emotion? If I get a yes, and then I say, is it column A? No. Is it column B? It's column B. Is it an odd row? No, it's an even row. Is it row 2? Is it row 4? So it takes me right to it by muscle testing.
So cool.
Then there's 3 different emotions in each one of these rows and categories. And once I hit the emotion, I know by muscle testing, I go in, and you can take a magnet and you can run it up over.
Right.
This 3 times.
Over the person?
I'm the proxy. I'm doing it for you.
Oh, I understand. Yeah, right. I got it. Got it. Okay.
And so you do that, and then you ask again, did we get the emotion? And if it's a no, there's a different course that you take. You go in, maybe you'll do some exploratory questions. But what I have come to find is that it is an instant release.
Wow.
Now, I want to clarify something.
Yeah.
It is not always a physical release.
Right.
Right? Because I don't know about you, but people that work with me for energy are like, well, I want my hip pain to go away tomorrow. And
oh, yeah, I know. Exactly.
Yeah. Right?
Doesn't work that way always.
No.
Yes.
And just to reiterate why it might not work that well, maybe we're carrying it for a reason. Maybe there's a contract to that. Maybe there's a lesson to it. Maybe
the body's telling you something, right?
Exactly. And so, once we get to that point where we go in and I can release it, I always tell people there's one of 2 things that will happen to you. You're either going to feel like, whoa, I can conquer the world, I'm ready to go, or you're going to need a nap.
Oh, yeah, right.
I don't know. I tell them to drink plenty of water, because what we did was basically an energy extraction.
Oh, so you need to replace it.
Yeah, you need to replenish your body.
Yeah.
Because your body, just a 101, our body is all energy. You know that.
Oh, yeah, everything is.
Even as you're
matter is frozen light, according to Einstein.
Totally.
Yeah.
But as a doctor, you knew the tests that were run. You could see our energy, right? The MRIs, the EKGs.
Sure.
We're all energy.
Yeah.
And so if you think about it, energy has to move.
Yeah.
It has to. If it doesn't move, guess what? It backs up, it clogs, and then it doesn't flow through your body and it can't feed your systems.
So you get disease.
So you get disease.
Not
Right?
just physical, right? I mean,
Totally.
emotional, mental, spiritual, psychological, any kind of
Mhm.
disease, right?
Emotions are energy in motion. They must.
Oh, yeah, right.
So,
Right, go
so
ahead.
the body, what happens is when our energy backs up, the way that disease is made spiritually, energetically, is the energy that might be going to feed my pancreas is it can't get there, right? It has to take a detour. And so maybe I don't have enough. Maybe the detour isn't open. And so guess what? My pancreas isn't getting fed.
Oh, so you can get pancreatic cancer, pancreatitis.
Anything,
Wow.
anything.
So what makes it trap? What causes
Um,
it
unexpressed.
trap? Oh, of
The
course.
other interesting thing is we can inherit emotions.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Is that something like ancestral DNA?
Mhm. And so what I have seen is I've seen people with trapped emotions that inherited them at the time of birth from the mother.
Whoa, oh my God, I'm in real trouble then. Okay.
Same.
Yeah.
So if you're going through life and you just have these feelings of not being well or you're chronically sick and I would explore inherited emotions
Yeah. How do you
because
figure that out? Muscle testing? Like is it
you
inherited
yes,
or is it not inherited, that kind of thing?
it's all part of the process, all part
Okay.
of the emotion code. And so we look at where did this come from? Was it DNA? Was it given after you were born, where you inherited it from the mother? Was it in utero? Like it can get so detailed.
Wow. Okay. What do you mean by DNA when when we're talking about ancestral DNA? Is that actual
Mhm.
deoxyribonucleic acid? Really? Wow.
Yep, that's one form of it. And the other way, air quotes for DNA, is belief systems.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a literal and there's a spiritual. There's a
Oh, okay.
physiological
Spiritual
and there's a
DNA.
spiritual.
Okay.
Mhm. Yep.
Interesting.
And so they're proving that scientifically that this backed up energy is causing a lot of these diseases, along with a multitude of environmental things, which
Oh, yeah, of course.
we could go on forever with that, but
Right.
which I really feel like if we're going to heal as a collective, it needs to begin with us, and we need alternatives to pharmaceuticals.
Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah.
We
Because I mean, that probably doesn't do much good for the energy in your body, right? Some of these.
no.
I'm
And
not on blood pressure medicine anymore because I use scalar energy to heal my hypertension. So,
I mean, there you go.
yeah.
There you go. So maybe just for the sake of educating me, tell me, like, is there similarities to the emotion code and Scalar? Like, help me understand that.
Well, really, scalar energy is all about thought creating reality. So if I have an intense script, all of the DNA in so and so's cancer cells is destroyed. You can't say destroy it because it's like the law of attraction. It has to be literal. Okay, so and so cell receptors are rejuvenated and replenished, or things like that. So it's 22 pages. My current script for most stuff is around 22 pages long that I have to read in the scalar field and also place in the scalar field. And I have to, change frequencies from 1.0 megahertz in the scalar field and creep up to different frequencies, depending on where it is in the body, really. Like the kidneys is around 4 megahertz, 4 to 5 megahertz. Opening up the crown chakra, things like that, are more in 7 to 8 megahertz range. So yeah, it's similar. I mean, it's
Fascinating.
instructions, the scalar energy Scalar energy is informational energy that never degrades over distances. It's helical. So it travels to the person's energy and does its thing, moves energy around just like you do.
I mean, I experienced what you do because it was funny. You did the aging one on me,
right.
and right after, a couple weeks after or so, somebody said to me, did you have a chemical peel? What are you doing?
My God, that's cool.
And I'm telling them.
That is so cool. Yeah. That happened to
that.
the lady that filmed the documentary here. She's going to come back when she can enter the country again and film some more. Paula, her partner said, well, you look younger all of a sudden. What's going on? So that's cool. But anyway, so emotions, that's energy, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I want to piggyback on something you said. Everything is intention.
Yeah.
Everything, because
it's reality, right?
Yes, because if all right, here's a challenge that I give people.
Okay.
If you come to me and I do the emotion code on you and you feel better, do you care if it's a placebo or not? Because exactly, if you have the intention that you're going to heal, that's because you've absorbed it in here, and it works. People that resist, so here, curmudgeons,
I know, I deal with them.
Right away, I'm like, dude, hit the trail, because it's not going to work. I'm not taking your money. It's not going to work. Go away.
Right. Yes, like Bruce Lipton's biology of belief.
Oh.
Belief can actually alter DNA, people. It can alter disease, etc. So our thoughts, that's why you have to be so careful about your thoughts. Be wary of your thoughts. Like my one of my nurses, who was my parents' nurse forever. I mean, she gave me my kindergarten shots. She always told my mother and father, even in her 20s, I'm gonna check me for colon cancer, check me for colon cancer, check me for colon cancer. I think I have colon cancer. And guess what she died of? She died of colon cancer.
You absolutely can't focus on that.
Right.
Because one thing I'm sure of, there aren't a lot of things in this world you can be sure of, but one thing I'm sure of is the law of cause and effect, the law of attraction.
Yes.
If you cause something with your thoughts, you will experience the effects of it. It's inevitable.
That's exactly right. So tell me about this magnet how do you use that?
So our hand, we're magnetized, our body, right? If you do this, if you do this and you pull apart, you'll feel.
Oh yeah.
Right? It's like you have strands in there and you can feel it. So I run my hands. You can use a really powerful magnet, a literal magnet, but I have it. Like we're self-contained. Let's use it.
You're the magnet.
Do this. And you want to I can feel it pulsating up and over me. You know what?
I feel it.
If I had my chart, do you know what? Do you want to do a session for you real quick?
Yeah, sure. You want to pause it while you get the chart?
Yeah, can you pause it real quick?
Yeah. All right, we're ready.
Okay, so we're going to do an emotion code session on Elisa right here, right now.
Oh, given the days I've been through, the anniversaries,
I know.
It's probably a mess up in here. I'm a hot mess.
So I just want you to take a moment and notice your body. I want you to feel your body. Scan from the top down. Notice any pain points, any struggles you're having. Notice anything that feels heavier than it should. You can use your chakras as a guide if you want.
Yeah, heart chakra, solar plexus maybe.
And so just take a breath. And may I have your permission to be the proxy for your energy, Miss Elisa?
If you dare, yes.
Okay, so you are going to have an intention that you are going to heal and release any blocked and trapped emotions. Can you please recite that?
I am going to heal and release any blocked emotions.
And so it is my intention to be the conduit and to be the overseer, to remove blocked and trapped emotions from Elisa so that she can experience free flowing energy. It is with all humility, grace, and love that I ask the benevolent beings of love and light to come in and be my co-creators of health and wellness. Does Elisa, well, let me ask, do I have the connection to Elisa's energy? Yes. Does Elisa have trapped emotions? Yes. Is it column A? No. So it's B. Is it an odd row? No. Is it row 2? So it's 2B. Does Elisa have the trapped emotion of failure? No. Helplessness? No. Hopelessness? Yes. Going to remove 1, 2, 3. Take a breath. Did we get the trapped emotion? Hopelessness. Yes, we got it. Does Elisa have any more trapped emotions? Yes. Is it column A? No, it's column B. Is it an odd row? No. Is it row 2? No. Is it row 4? Yes. Does she have the trapped emotion of depression? Yes. Three. Take a breath. Exhale. Did we get the trapped emotion of depression? Yes. Does Elisa have more trapped emotions? Yes. Is it column A? No, it's column B. Is it an odd row? No. Is it row 2? No. Is it row 4? Yes. Does she have the trapped emotion of frustration, indecisiveness, panic, taken for granted? Yes.
This is so spot on.
3. Take a breath. Blow it out. Did we get the energy of taken for granted? Yes. Does Elisa have any other trapped emotions? No. Breath. I ask that the loving and benevolent beings stay at work and create health and wellness and wholeness as Elisa works through her day and repairs anything that needs repairing in the body with full flowing energy. And so it is. I release myself from her energy. And there it is. Now, a couple of things, as I mentioned, you're either going to feel woohoo or you're going to need a nap. Some people cry.
Yeah, I feel overwhelming.
It's very emotional. I would say by this evening, you should start to see incremental changes in how you feel.
Okay.
Now, this is with the understanding that we are human and life has happened to you, and you do have a true sadness that surrounds you. We're not trying to overlook people's situations and issues in life. We're trying to just move the energy so that, my dear, it can be expressed like you are.
Yeah, and y'all, you need to express.
Mm-hmm.
Just be with your feelings, your emotions. Don't resist them, don't deny them, because that only causes troubles.
And I think that's a lot of the reason why we are sick as a collective.
Yeah.
We see shame in feeling. You know, we're taught, keep your feelings to yourself.
I know, especially guys. Yeah.
Play it close to the vest, right?
Yeah,
Put
vulnerability is something of a coward, you know, that's bad. But vulnerability it takes courage to be vulnerable and open and
Absolutely.
meet your feelings head on, and sometimes just
Absolutely.
wallow in them. It's okay.
Now, I don't know if this is going to work, but I want to show you something. I've been having trouble with my audio, so I don't know if you'll hear this, but I've recently started studying and teaching shamanism.
Oh, yes, I want to talk about that, right?
One of my
Cool.
beautiful clients commissioned someone to make me this handheld drum. Now, I don't know how much you'll hear of this, but I'll try. It goes very low and you can't hear it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why, but I want to tell you a secret about, a secret about drumming.
Not anymore, it isn't.
The drumming, and you can put this on YouTube and listen to it. The drumming is what Native Americans, shamans, indigenous people use to seek the unconscious realm. So when you want to communicate with spirit, your brain has to cooperate, your mind rather has to go into the unconscious state, right?
Exactly.
And how do we do that? It's a busy world. We can meditate. I don't know about you, but I can't. When you hear percussion, rhythmic percussion drumming, scientifically, they have shown it takes the brain into theta state.
Wow, that's fascinating because I've always been attracted to percussion more than regular music. I mean, it's just lovely. Yeah, right.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear that. And I can hear the drum too sometimes, but then sometimes it cut to silent.
Yeah, but the rattle, anything percussion, anything rhythmic like that, it takes you into theta, which is the state that shamans teach dreaming. And when I work with clients, we're dreaming their life into reality.
Oh.
And what that means is your thoughts create your reality. It's fascinating.
Oh,
fascinating. So
science is finally getting on board with all this. Yeah, tell me more about shamanism and your journey into learning about shamanism.
I want to tell you something. Shamanism is at least 100,000 years old. We're reverting. This is history repeating itself. Thank you, Jesus, in a way that finally makes sense to me. Shamanism, I'll tell you, I was doing a client session and she asked me about it. And I was like, well, I don't know. And then all of a sudden I started rambling off all this stuff. What I'm doing with shamanism is remembering it. I'm not learning it. I know it.
Yeah. Wow.
And so I went.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
It's like the old mystics. They were able to meditate, and Nassim Haramein, whatever you say.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce it. Said that they could go to they could actually go down to subatomic particles.
Oh.
Very, very small, and then also to the infinite. But that's the old mystics. And now, then we got material science and organized religion sort of totally.
There it is.
The Kabbalah and all that gone. I mean, whatever. So now these things are coming back, hopefully.
Organized religion took away the direct revelation, the direct connection to the spirit world. Shame on it, because I've never subscribed to you have to believe in a certain religion to be able to talk to God. God is everywhere.
God is in you. And that's one of the worst things that organized religion did, is it made people think that the divine is outside of us, and it's not. It's within. We are whole and part of God. And so that's the shame on them.
And I want to tell you something that I almost feel like I'm going to cry with this, because you've known me for a long time now. You know I struggle with believing in self. You know that about me. You've done work.
You're very similar that way. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm home with this. Yeah. I'm home with shamanism. It's effortlessly helping me heal people. I did something yesterday that I didn't know I could do. I found fragmented pieces of someone's soul, and I collected it and I brought it back to them so that they could feel whole.
Wow.
I took a journey to someone's contracts in this lifetime.
Wow.
I saw it written in the script. It blew my mind.
That is so wild. That is so cool. And it rings so true, Yeah.
Well, and shamanism is, like I said, 100,000 years old. And there's archaeologists that have brought this forward, because there's cave drawings 100,000 years old. I mean, you can't negate the physical reality of the findings. But there are tribes still living this way, with this ritual, this culture. And shamanism, to speak to the mystic, mysticism, being a mystic is beautiful, but mysticism is focused more on the individual's journey into self. How can I explore self?
Right.
Shamanism is all about the collective.
Oh, that's so cool.
Ah,
both, I guess, right?
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Yeah.
But you cannot claim yourself a shaman. I'm not a shaman.
Okay.
I study the methods, I employ the methods, I use the principles, but I'm not a shaman. That's an honor or a distinction that I don't know enough about how one gets that, but I would never presume to call myself a shaman.
Well, it's labels anyway. It's the practice of it that's the important thing.
And I ran away from, and you know this too, I ran away from the title of a healer because it gave me too much responsibility. And here's where shamanism comes in. Your healing is up to you. It's not up to me. I can be the mediary. I can do the work but I can't take you over the finish line.
That's right. And people don't realize that. And again, thought creating reality. One problem I do have with certain people is that they have these beliefs that set themselves up for failure. Like, this is too good to be true, or I am not worthy of getting better. Those are the two big thoughts that are so self-sabotaging, and it's hard to get people to shift their perspective. But it's actually quite easy to shift your perspective.
You know what?
I'm divine and vastly so. I deserve to be healed. I am worthy of healing.
Absolutely.
I am healed.
I am healed. Those simple words,
right?
They change your. So do this. Say, I'm sick.
I am
sick. I am healed.
I am healed.
Feel it.
Lighter.
Yes, feel it.
Yeah.
So my answer to all of this is I've incorporated into my work. I shut down for a while and I stopped taking so many appointments. My schedule is like, it's opening back up. Finally, I'm getting back into it, and I'm bringing this.
Need you so much.
I listen, I had to go within. Like, it was winter for me. I had to go within. I'm coming out with, on October 25th, I'm doing a 4-part series called Going Within. It's Introduction to Shamanism. And I'm teaching people how to heal themselves using the medicine wheel, using the moon energy.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
You're very giving. But I agree that to reduce the very small number of failures in scalar energy, you and I should team up, and they can get their portal work, blah, 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 but also then boom, emotion code or the shamanism, etc. As so that's
it's a follow up.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
mm-hmm.
right.
I think of it just got this image in my head. So if you go to the doctor and you have, let's say, my injury, I have some torn stuff in here. Maybe I'm going to need PT, physical therapy. Maybe I'm going to need a follow-up, right?
No, right.
So if you do the scalar work and I am the follow-up, or shamanism is the follow-up, maybe you determine that somebody, I've also, just to tell you quickly, I've also been able to retrieve a lot of information on past life stuff for people.
That is so cool too.
Never thought I could do that, but it plays like a movie for me. And I'm like, okay. One guy even said to me, because I saw a life in the 1920s, and I saw everything, and he was speechless on the other end of the phone. And I said, oh, Bob, are you still there? And he said, yeah. He goes, I have always had this strange affinity for the 20s. Even my dress, my attire, it's like the 20s.
So cool.
Here he was tapping into and reliving pieces from the 1920s, which in his case weren't all healthy. So we fixed it.
Now we need to figure out a system where, when I tell people that it's done, I give them a link to your site. And then maybe you can say with muscle test, yes, you need me. No, you don't need me, or something like that. I don't know.
Absolutely. But I really want to help you, or help people understand the work you do is so important. But they can't show up willy-nilly and think, oh my God, I've had this for 1 billion years, and all of a sudden in 3 seconds it's going to be better. I mean, it might, but
sometimes it is.
Actually. Maybe it won't.
Sometimes it has to be an onion, just peeling and peeling slowly over time.
Exactly.
So does shamanism, does that have any galactic roots?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
No,
Also, I
no.
want to ask you one more question about animals. You worked on Bella because she had just drops of blood coming out of
Oh,
her
yeah.
bladder, and it ended up being exactly what you said it was. Uh, Kidney stones, calcium oxalate. So animals, I mean, tell me about emotion trapping, and then because you did the code on her and she got so much better. Emotion code. So
Animals,
do they get our emotions, or do they have their own emotions? What?
same thing. There's no difference in animals and humans. None.
Do they take on our emotions and also their own? So they have their own, but they also take on their mommy and daddy's.
So think about this. Let's say you go to work every day and you're going 10 hours a day now because, well, it's 2021, not two. What year are we in? I don't even know. You go to work and that's what you do. And Bella is all alone, right? Outwardly, we think, it's okay. Dogs lay down. They do. No. Bella's like,
I
where's
know
mom?
I leave her alone too much because I work so many hours in my little she shed,
Yeah.
but
But yeah, they do.
yesterday we had a scare. I was sitting down in the sofa, and she was sitting on the armchair, and all of a sudden she just rolled off onto the floor and had a seizure, kind of like she went all stiff like that.
Oh,
And I couldn't even bend her arms. So I don't know if she hit her head and had a seizure, or if she had a seizure that made her fall off. She's totally fine now, but she vomited and stuff. So
oh, baby.
I don't know. No, she did that when she was a puppy once, but anyway, so I don't know.
Has she had any others?
It could be all the shit that I've been feeling around Eric's death day and all that stuff that really finally got to her. Maybe, I don't know.
Listen, don't put that on yourself in a guilty way because you're experiencing it and you're expressing it. But listen, she has emotions around that too.
Yeah.
I don't know, she didn't know Erik, right? She wasn't in the family, but she does know Erik. She knows when Erik's in the house. She knows Erik's feel. She knows Erik's vibe. She knows mommy's vibe.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
This is so cool. Anything else you wanted to share? So, I mean,
No,
I think this is such a powerful complement to scalar energy. And I think
oh,
together, I mean, this is the future of medicine. In fact, somebody wrote me a review that said everything, I got the email from you that it was done, but I already knew because the energy completely changed. All of a sudden, my daughter doesn't need her antidepressants anymore, blah, 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 blah. And she said, this is the medicine of the future. So I think the motion code, shamanism,
absolutely.
energy, I think we're going to see a push away from or need Western medicine less and less pills, less big pharma, less even surgery, I mean.
Well, and people want to know what's going to change the world, what's going to heal the well. And to that, I say, we
can all change the world.
Yeah, we walk around every day with so much potential for changing the world, and we don't realize it because here's the thing. Every thought we put out in the universe lives somewhere. And so if
why
you're
not
saying
make love instead of fear-based?
If you're saying fuck you to the guy that cut you off and you're really getting it in here, that's not going to be a good thing.
It's not good for the world. Yeah. So I think that's a very important lesson that, put love out there. Love is energy too. In fact, as I've said many times, y'all are bored with it probably by now. Einstein, before he died, was trying to create an equation that defined the energy called love. And love that's why they say love heals. It actually does. I mean, it is the most powerful transmuter of energy, that energy. It's just hugely powerful. So we need to send those kind of thoughts out into the world, out into the collective every day, every single freaking day.
Well, and if you want proof of that, just have a really crappy day and turn on a YouTube video of baby kittens or baby giggles.
I know, that'll do
Watch your energy go up.
Right. Exactly.
You can't, I love Pharrell Williams' song Happy. I don't know if you've
Oh,
ever
I
heard.
know. I just listened to that recently. I think it was sent to me for a reason.
Yeah,
But
you
yeah,
can't
yes,
sit still when that song is on.
I know.
Or Bruno Mars, Uptown Funk. You
Yeah,
can't
right,
sit
right.
still.
That's true.
Anyway, I feel like this is just two girlfriends getting together, having a conversation. Thank you for this. I missed you.
Yes, you bet. And okay, I miss you too. First of all, you guys, please like, please subscribe, please hit the notification bell. And also, let's hear, Miss V, how we can connect with you.
Sure. VeronicaDrake.com. I am hosting a 4-part series, Going Within. I made it very affordable. It's $36 a class. I don't know how to make it any more affordable.
Really. Yeah.
And it's because I want to teach you the principles to create a life that you came here to live. Stop living someone else's dream. Start living your own dream and heal your life. So, and that starts October 25th. And the link is on my site, Going Within.
Okay. I
Thank
love you all. Love you, Miss V. Love you, Eric.
Love you, Mama.
Thank you for doing what you did for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you.